We got these sent in from a fan. So,
we have fans.
Yeah.
Or at least one fan.
We haven't confirmed plural.
I caught my perverted Airbnb host peeping on me while I was naked in my room in Turkey. This man stuck his head out of the kitchen window so he could peer into my bedroom window where I was
he like
getting ready
physically
naked.
peeped.
I heard a noise, turned around, saw him, covered my chi-chis, and said, "Excuse me." He immediately retreated, closed the screen of the window he had opened so he could strain his neck and look at me, and then scurried out of the kitchen like a rat, because that's what he is, a perverted little rat. I immediately packed my bags and left, and even had a pair of scissors, a baby scissors, in my hand in case I needed to protect myself. Immediately
Not the
before
baby
this
scissors.
incident, I had seen him in the reflection of my window looking right at me while I was shirtless, but I just thought it was coincidence. And the night before, while I was in the bathroom, he walked over to my room and looked inside. I confronted him and asked him why he was peeping on me, and he said, "I was looking for cats." We all know you were not looking for cats, unless the cat you were looking for was the oriental short hair between my legs. I reported this to Airbnb, and to my dismay, they allowed him to keep hosting. So if you're a female, don't stay with Mehmet in Istanbul.
Oh man, I'd love to find this Airbnb.
Mehmet, that's like every Turkish man's name, though.
That's not gonna help. Actually, I saw an episode 90 Day Fiance, or like a season.
Yeah.
I think he's just like, no, I didn't. You know?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
I swear I didn't. And they're like, you sure?
And he's like, promise. And they're like, all right.
It's just a cat.
Okay, bestie. All right.
But I'm confused though, because they always, in my experience, side with the guest, not the host.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they're like, no, like if I'm like, they're like, yeah, I swear they broke my thing. Like, no, he didn't. They're like, sorry, dude, you're fucked.
They said they didn't.
Yeah. And then now here she's like, he's staring at me naked. I caught him. We looked each other's eyes. Yeah, like, no, he's
right.
good. He's good.
We caught each other's eyes.
What did Airbnb do when I reported my Airbnb host for peeping on me in Turkey? Long story short, not much. I called them as soon as I left the Airbnb and got in an Uber. They said they would offer to help me find a new Airbnb, but I already booked another Airbnb last minute, and that Airbnb ended up flooding and ruining all my stuff, but that's another story. They said they would investigate this Airbnb host, so they suspended his profile. You could still see the listing, but if you check the dates, they wouldn't load.
Could you not find a less windy place to record this video?
They messaged me saying the investigation was completed and they closed the support ticket. And when I checked the listing, it was back up.
Is she on a ferry?
No sign of anything. So I had to open another support ticket to inquire what happened with the investigation. And they told me they're not allowed to tell me that, but they offered to reimburse me $325 a night for a hotel. But since I already booked a crappy Airbnb, which ended up flooding, they said they couldn't reimburse me with anything. And that was the end of it until I posted a video online. And they immediately reached out to me, probably within an hour, and they gave me a $500 credit. I guess that'll cover one session of therapy.
All right, I kind of like her humor.
Right.
At the end. But
Why was she like out on a boat and decided to record this video in like all this wind?
Yeah, like she's got that old Karen next to her. She's like going on about her peeping Tom. Yeah,
peeping Tom,
not
peeping
peeing
Tom.
Tom. She also said she did it immediately, but had just immediately booked an Airbnb. You know, like
yeah, and she said she told them after she left.
Yeah.
Some holes in your story, man.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe it was a longer Uber. Like, where were you Ubering to? I guess she booked an Airbnb. No, I may have been hard on her. She's like, what the fuck? I gotta get out of here. She books an Airbnb,
and then when
and then gets in the Uber, and yeah, okay, all right,
it makes sense. Sorry, we doubted you.
We're very critical.
Right. We hear a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
But I mean, to play devil's advocate though, from Airbnb's perspective, that's something that's really hard to prove happened. You know, like somebody like peeping on you, like without a camera or anything. Like anybody could say that and try to get a refund.
That's true. That's true. And also, this goes back to something we always harp on, but this is obviously a shared room situation.
Right. Of course, yeah, because she said he was in the kitchen and stuff.
So, well, you know, missed experience. You didn't, and your other 50 stays, you didn't realize a difference between entire unit and having a room and all the, like, she's actually luckiest girl in the world if she went 49 in a row without having any issues.
Only had this one issue, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how many I've stayed at.
Oh yeah, I don't know what my count is.
I'd like to go back and count now.
Probably decent. You're probably up there.
Yeah, probably in 50.
Especially if you start counting like the ones you just stayed at, but maybe you didn't book yourself.
Oh yeah.
And you really get up there.
Excuse me. And there's a lot of those.
I woke up this morning to find out my Airbnb account had been suspended. So I called Airbnb and asked them, what's going on, man? And they said, oh, we're already looking into it. Don't you worry about that. And I asked them, you guys aren't going to ban me off Airbnb, are you? And the support man said no. And shortly after that call, I received a message that I have been banned from Airbnb. So learn from my mistakes, guys. If you stay in an Airbnb and in the privacy of your own room, you are naked and the host peeps on you, which is sexual harassment and a violation of privacy, you can
Why did
report it to
sexual
Airbnb,
harassment get
but
spelled
they
weird
thought
like
that
that?
was odd.
Keep hosting.
I'm telling you, it's an
And then
algorithm
if you're
thing.
dumb enough to open your mouth and blab about it online, Airbnb will suspend and eventually ban your account.
Uber does that
Even if
too.
you're like me, a loyal Airbnb guest for the last 10 years, stayed in over 50 accommodations, only good reviews. Keep your mouth shut. Don't say anything.
Wait, is she snacking on cherry tomatoes?
That's what I was wondering. Is she just eating straight up cherry tomatoes?
I wonder what her review was from the host from this last one.
I know.
Like little to complain.
Little
Complains a
pee-pee.
lot. Nice tits.
Didn't pee on me, did peep on me.
I meant his review of
Oh.
her.